Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes,
So when you are on your own, then it is difficult because your mind is overpowering, correct?
absolutely.
So therefore, it is advised that you, as far as possible, you try to do it in the association of devotees. Hmm? Even the scriptures also recommend that you chant with the association of devotees, no? You see, that's how you can get strength, you know? You want to read this?
Yes, Prabhu. Just give me a second. Translation: one should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying. As devotees thus develop their loving friendship, they feel mutual happiness and satisfaction, and by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering.
So that, yes?
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
when you're alone, how to do it then? That's the question, correct?
Absolutely, Prabhuji.
The,
Because, Prabhuji,
the
the
best
struggle
thing,
which I face is, yeah,
no,
please go ahead.
the best thing when you're alone is that when you're chanting, you play on Prabhupada's chanting tape. Hmm? Correct? So you try
Yes,
to engage yourself like that, you know. Hmm? So some or other, if you keep yourself in contact with the devotees, you will become pretty much strong, you know. An idle mind is the devil's workshop, it is said. So when you are alone with your mind, then your mind can always be overbearing, you know. Hmm? So in that
yes,
moment, you can talk to some devotees, or you can, read a book or chant, or if you can, I don't know, go to a temple if possible. So you try.
yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. I know it's difficult because most of you are scattered. You are in different parts of the world. Where you from?
Prabhu, actually, I am from Noida, and it is difficult to exactly find a temple where Prabhupada's books and instructions are followed as per ISKM's philosophy.
Hmm. Naturally, because most of the ISKCON temples very much have become very much this, they have this trait from what Prabhupada actually wanted them to do, you know. So as a result, their association is not very encouraging. So what to do? For now, you just try, The best thing if you can preach and make a group, if you can make some more devotees together with you, and that way you also will strengthen your stand, So preaching is the essence. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the Brahmin, you stay at home, you chant and you preach. So if you preach, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you will never lose my company. In fact, I'll always be with you. So you can take the time to do some preaching, that will be very beneficial for you. Whatever you have understood, if you can explain, that will be very nice. Or you simply go out and distribute Prabhupada books. Hmm?
Yes,
Yes?
Prabhu, I have not tried that. I will try that.
Just buy some books, and then go out and just give out to people and talk to them. Yeah? That will be very inspiring. Hmm?
Yes,
Yes?
Prabhu.
You try?
Absolutely, Prabhu.
Hmm. Any other questions?
Prabhu, can I also ask a second follow-up based on your answer?
Yes.
Yes. So, Prabhu, like you said, I thought that I will try to develop my attachment for Prabhupada's books let's say Bhagavad Gita. So, Prabhu, how do we increase our attachment? Let's say that previously somebody used to watch movie, etc. So they used to get attracted. How to get similar kind of attraction for Prabhupada's books?
You see, because of contamination, so if you want to get attracted to Prabhupada and Prabhupada books, the best way is to first get connected to Prabhupada by initiation. See, if you are not connected, then it's very difficult to become fixed up. So initiation is a very important process. Unless a person get initiated, it's very difficult to make spiritual advancement. You know, and that's highly recommended by Rupa Goswami himself. You can see here. Accepting the shelter of the lotus feet of a bona fide spiritual master, becoming initiated by the spiritual master and learning how to discharge devotional service from him, obeying the order of the spiritual master with faith and devotion, following in the footsteps of great acharyas, teachers under the direction of the spiritual master. So these are the four preliminary duties to enhance our attachment to the spiritual master. First step is to accept the shelter. Next step is to get connected. And then we have
Yes,
to follow his orders. Whether we like or don't like, we just have to do that. Hmm?
yes,
So
Prabhu.
the guidelines that is given. So if you want to strengthen yourself for the love of Prabhupada, you cannot just say, I love Prabhupada, I love you, and that's it. You have to make commitment. Just like a man and woman, they cannot say, I love each other, but you have to go and sign the papers, no? Or do the ceremony, correct?
Yes,
Yeah. If you don't do the ceremony, how she will say, okay, it's all right, we are married? Will she accept that? I don't think so.
no,
Yeah. So therefore, it is very important to make the formal connection. Then yes, then why? Prabhupada said, if you have me in your heart, I'll be there. Correct?
yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. So this is how you have to strengthen your attachment to Prabhupada. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Any other questions?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any more questions? Yeah? How to get interest in chanting and how and keep constant chanting rounds. Sorry for this question, Prabhu. So where you from? Lavanya?
Prabhuji, I am from Andhra Pradesh.
You're from where?
Andhra Pradesh, Prabhuji.
Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Which part of Andhra Pradesh?
Nellore, south part.
South, huh? Oh, okay.
Ji,
So how to
Prabhuji.
get interested in chanting and keep constant chanting rounds? So that is, what we say is to become fixed up. So first step is of course to get connected. So when you get connected to spiritual master, then all these other things will come. Without the spiritual master's connection, it's very difficult to carry on your spiritual life, you see. Because the moment you get connected by initiation, the spiritual master will remove all the sinful activities and all the karma that we have accumulated from millions of births. And the next thing it does that it gives transcendental knowledge. And by the help of the spiritual master, then the process also becomes very much easy because you're going to get strength from him. In order to do this program of chanting regularly, you need strength. And it's explained here, the strength comes from Guru, from Krishna through the Guru. Whether it is through Krishna and then to the spiritual master. So this is explained here. You want to read this?
Ji Prabhuji. Translation: as long as one has to accept a material body with its different part and paraphernalia which are not fully under one's control, one must have the lotus feet of his superiors, namely his spiritual master and spiritual master's uh, predecessors. By their mercy, one can sharpen the sword of knowledge. And with the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead's mercy, one must then conquer the enemies mentioned above. In this way, the devotee should be able to merge into his own transcendental bliss, and then he may give up his body and resume his spiritual identity. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Purport, you read the purport. Carry on reading.
In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanmam naiti mam iti sojana. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in the material world, but attains my eternal abode. O Arjuna, this is the higher perfection of life, and the human body is meant for this purpose. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, this human form of body is a most valuable boat, and the spiritual master is the captain, Guru Karnadharam, to guide the boat in plying across the ocean of nescience. The instruction of Krishna is a favorable breeze. One must use all these facilities to cross over the ocean of nescience. Since the spiritual master is the captain, one must serve the spiritual master very sincerely, so that he, by his mercy, one will be able to get the mercy of Supreme Lord. A significant word here is Achyuta Balaha. The spiritual master is certainly very merciful to his disciples, and constantly be satisfying him a devotee gets strength from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore says, Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. One must first please the spiritual master, and then one automatically please Krishna and gets the strength with which to cross the ocean of nescience. If one seriously desires to return home back to Godhead, one must therefore become strong enough by pleasing the spiritual master. For thus, one gets the weapon with which to conquer the enemy, and one also gets the grace of Krishna. Simply getting the weapon of Jnana is insufficient. One must sharpen the weapon by serving the spiritual master and adhering to his instructions. Then the candidate will get the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In general warfare, one must take help from his chariot and horses in order to conquer his enemy. And after conquering his enemy, he must give up the chariot and its paraphernalia. Similarly, as long as one has a human body, one should fully use it to obtain the highest perfection of life, namely going back home, back to Godhead. The perfection of knowledge is certainly to become transcendentally situated, Brahma Bhuta, as the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kangsati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. One who is transcendentally situated at once realizes the supreme Brahman and become fully joyful. He never laments nor desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards all living entities. In that state, he attains pure devotional service simply by cultivating knowledge. As the impersonalists do, one cannot get out the clutches of Maya. One must attain the platform of Bhakti. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yavanyaschasmi tatvatah. Tato mam tatvato gnatva visate tat anantaram. One can understand the Supreme Personality as he is only by devotional service. And when one is full consciousness of the Supreme Lord by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Unless one has attained the stage of devotional service and the mercy of the spiritual master and Krishna, there is a possibility that one may fall down and gain accept a material body. Therefore, Krishna stresses in Bhagavad Gita, जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम एवं यो वेत्ति तत्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्मं नैति मम इति सोर्जुन. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in the material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. The word tatvatah, meaning in reality, is very important. Tato mam tatvato gnatva. Unless one understands Krishna in truth by the mercy of spiritual master, one is not free to give up his material body. As it is said, aruhya krichrena param padam tata patanti ado nadrata yasmat angrahayah. If one neglects to serve the lotus feet of Krishna, one cannot become free from the material clutches simply by knowledge. Even if one attains the stage of Brahma Padam, merging in Brahma without bhakti, he is prone to fall down. One must be very careful in regard to the danger of falling down again into material bondage. Again into material bondage.
Did you read this up? I thought we read all this, huh? Okay, here.
If one neglects to serve the lotus feet of Krishna, one cannot become free from the material clutches simply by knowledge. Even if one attains the stage of Brahma Padam, merging in Brahma without bhakti, he is prone to fall down. One must be very careful in regard to the danger of falling down again into material bondage. The only insurance is to come to the stage of bhakti from which one is sure not to fall. Then one is free from the activities of the material world. In summary, as stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one must get in touch with a bona fide spiritual master coming in the parampara of Krishna consciousness. For by his mercy and instructions, one is able to get strength from Krishna. Thus, one engages in devotional service and attains the ultimate goal of life, the lotus feet of Vishnu. Significance in these words are the words Jnanasim Achyuta Balaha. Jnanasim, the sword of knowledge, is given by Krishna. And when one serves the Guru, and Krishna is ordered to hold the sword of Krishna's instructions, Balrama gives one strength. Balrama is Nityananda. Brajendra Nandana Yai Sachi Suta Hailase Balarama Ha Ila Nitai. This Balarama comes with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and both of them are so merciful that in this age of Kali, one may very easily take shelter of their lotus feet. They come, especially to deliver the fallen souls of this age. Papi, Tapi, Yata, Chila, Chila, Hari Name Udarila. This weapon is Sankirtana, Harinama. Thus, one should accept the sword of knowledge from Krishna and be strong with the mercy of Balarama. We are therefore worship Krishna Balarama in Vrindavan. In the Mundaka Upanishad, it is said, Nayam Atma Balahineno Labhyo Nacha Pramadat Tapaso Vapi Alingat Eteir Upayair Yatate Yastu Vidyams Tasyaisa Atma Visate Brahma Dhama. One cannot attain the goal of life without the mercy of Balrama. Sri Narottama Dasa Thakura therefore says, Nitayera Karuna Habe Braje Radha Krishna Pabe. When one receives the mercy of Balrama, Nityananda, one can attain the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna very easily. से संबंध नाही यरा भ्रत जन्म गेल तरा vidya kulehi karibe tara. If one has no connection with Nitai Balarama, then even though one is very learned scholar or gnani or has taken birth in a very respectable family, these assets will not help him. We must therefore conquer the enemies of Krishna consciousness with the strength received from Balarama. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hari Bol. Thank you.
So you can see the the way to do this is to get strength, You see here, Prabhupada is explaining in the purport, you need strength, If you don't have strength, it is very difficult to make spiritual advancement. That's why Prabhupada is saying here, Achyuta Bala. You see that? So, Achyuta Bala is required, and that can only happen when we take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master who is teaching us how to go to Krishna. So, by satisfying the spiritual master, then one gets the strength from Krishna. You see here? So this is the process, If you do not want to do this process, it's very, very difficult. Of course, when we say Krishna, then Prabhupada explained that Krishna means we're getting the strength from Balaram, Balaram means one who gives the strength, spiritual strength, So this is how we can make spiritual advancement. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult. There's a process. But without the help of the spiritual master, this becomes practically impossible. You understand? Trying to just get knowledge is insufficient. Again, Prabhupada stressed that point, He says here, Jnana Sim Achyuta Bala. The word Jnana Sim, the sword of knowledge given by Krishna, and when one served the Guru and Krishna in order to hold the sword of Krishna's instruction, and Balaram gave one strength. So this is a whole science, In order to hold the sword of knowledge, one must serve the Guru. Because it is also said that one gets this knowledge when one automatically have implicit faith in Guru and Krishna, That's also there. So only onto those great souls who have implicit faith, both in Lord and the spiritual master, are all the import of Vedic knowledge automatically revealed. Again, is the connection with the Guru and Krishna. Of course, the Guru means a bona fide Guru. We are not talking about someone who is not in proper line or who is not a pure devotee. Unless one is connected to a pure devotee like Prabhupada, then it's going to be practically difficult. So you understand now how you're going to get strength.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm. So therefore, we have to learn how to do this process. So the process is to first take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. And if you don't want to do that, it's going to be difficult. You cannot just say that, oh, yes, I have accepted Prabhupada in my heart, I accept him totally. But that, as I've said earlier, that's not enough. Yes?
Ji, Prabhuji.
You must make the commitment.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Any other questions? If a person doesn't make that commitment, as is explained again here, so in this verse, the mind is like an impetuous horse that even persons who have regulated their senses and breath cannot control. Those in this world who try to tame the uncontrolled mind but who abandon the feet of their spiritual master encounter hundreds of obstacles in their cultivation of various distressful practices. O unborn Lord, they are like on a boat, merchants on a boat in the ocean who have failed to employ a helmsman. You understand? They're going to have, they're going to encounter a lot of obstacles. They're going to encounter a lot of obstacles in their various distressful practices. So this will be the phenomena if you don't have a guru who you have committed to. Huh? Yes? You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's why you're having so many difficulties. You're sometime up, sometime down. It's just like a roller coaster ride. So if you want to steady yourself, then you have to understand. You have to have a spiritual master.
Ji, Prabhuji.
Yes? Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Hmm. Prabhu, can you expand on this? Initiation is a formality. If you are serious, that is real initiation. A touch is simply a formality. If you determination, that is initiation. So this is a fact, but this article it doesn't stop here. In this talk with Prabhupada, some people just quote only this section, but you have to read on. There, Prabhupada say, although formality is just simple formality, but formality is also required. Just like if you go to school, yes, registration is a formality, but still it is required. So initiation, although it is formality, but it's required. Otherwise, why Prabhupada went to the length of doing initiation? He would have said, my touch is enough, you are initiated, and he would have gone on. Yes?
Yes,
Ah,
Prabhu.
so this is some people who don't want to be initiated, they just quote this small portion of the whole letter. Hmm? So you go back to this conversation in the folio and you will see Prabhupada said, but still formality is required. You understand? I suggest you go and see. I'm offhand. I don't have the thing here. I need to go to the folio and look for you. If someone who is inside this talk, maybe they can take the full conversation out. This is actually a conversation with Tamal Krishna, you know.
Hmm.
I think in somewhere in 1968, if I'm not wrong. Huh?
So, Prabhu, that means that the first step has to be a formal initiation. Then
Yes.
only we will receive the mercy of the spiritual master.
I mean, it makes sense, you know, if you're not formally connected, how does the energy flow? Spiritual energy. Yeah? Yes or not?
Hmm.
First thing in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says you must surrender. Is it not? Huh?
Yes.
Does he say you simply go to the Guru and just what? Huh? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said this. There's now we read also Rupa Goswami that first thing you must get to the spiritual master and then you must surrender by initiation. Is it not? Hmm? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So yeah, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says here, start with the pranipate. Pranipate means what? Huh? So this is pranipatena means you must surrender first. Approaching a spiritual master and submissively you have to surrender. Then only you can inquire, pariprasnena. Then of course you must do service, seva. So these are the words of Krishna. You cannot try to go to someone and not surrender and try to get, his mercy. That's not possible. You understand? Hmm?
Hmm.
Right? It is not something that you just go on a course and study online and you become you become a graduate or something. Spiritual life is that's why Arjuna also he see in the Bhagavad Gita he said, I am a soul surrendered to you. You please order me what I should do. Huh? And this is the verse, correct? Bhagavad
Hmm.
Gita. Arjuna said, I am now I am your disciple. What does disciple mean? Shishya. Uh, I have surrendered unto you. You tell me what you order me. That's the word. This is what Sarima means. Order me what I should do. Uh, Tvam prapanam. I surrender unto you. Hmm. See, prapanam. I am a soul surrender unto you. You please instruct me. Oh, and this word is order me. Uh, you understand? Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of my miserly weakness. In this connection, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. You please instruct me. This is the point the Bhagavad Gita starts. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna and Arjuna were on friendly terms. But when Arjuna surrendered, then Krishna took over as a spiritual master. He instructed him. Yes,
Yes, Prabhu.
ah, there is formal surrender. There's formal acceptance. You cannot say that, no, yeah, I have accept. And when the spiritual master orders you, now I cannot accept this. No, I don't accept that. Then how does this work? It's not going to work. You understand? When the spiritual master say you do this, you have to do that. You cannot say you question the spiritual master. That doesn't work. Hmm? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, actually, on this point, then the next question arises that for somebody who wants to take initiation, now there are different institutions following Prabhupada. So, should that person wait? Should that person experience different institutions? And how will they arrive on the conclusion that from where should I take the initiation?
Can you tell me again? I just want to show you something first. Huh? I'll go to that
I'll
first.
wait, Prabhu. I'll wait.
Just 1 second. Huh? I'm just going to highlight this point. Sons ought to render service to their father exactly to the extent one should obey the command of his father or spiritual master with due deference, saying, Yes, sir. Two words in this verse are very important. One word is pitari and another word is guru. The son or disciple should accept the words of spiritual master and father without hesitation. Whether the father and the spiritual master order should be taken without argument. Whatever the father and the spiritual master order should be taken without argument. Yes, there should be no instant in which the disciple or the son says, This is not correct, I cannot carry it out. When he says that, he is fallen. Look at that. You cannot disobey. The moment you say, I don't care, I don't want to, then he's fallen. The father and spiritual master on the same platform because the spiritual master is the second father. The higher classes are called divija, twice born. Whenever there is a question of birth, there must be a father. The first birth is made possible by the actual father, and the second birth is made possible by the spiritual master. Sometimes the father and the spiritual master may be the same man, and sometimes they are different men. In any case, the order of the father or the order of the spiritual master must be carried out without hesitation, with an immediate yes. There should be no argument. That is real service to the father and to the spiritual master. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has stated that the order of the spiritual master is the life and soul of the disciple. As a man cannot separate his life from his body, a disciple cannot separate the order of the spiritual master from his life. If a disciple follows the instruction of the spiritual master in that way, he is sure to become perfect. This is confirmed in the Upanishad. The import of Vedic instruction revealed automatically only to one who has implicit faith in Supreme Personality of Godhead and his spiritual master. One may be materially considered an illiterate man, but if his faith in the spiritual master as well as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then the meaning of scriptural revelation is immediately manifested before him. So this is the idea. We have to learn how to accept the order of the spiritual master as our life and soul. This is the problem. Prabhupada is saying something and the person is not doing. Huh? He doesn't care. He says, no, Prabhupada, he could not have said that. Prabhupada, how he could do this kind of... Anyway, Prabhupada is gone. I don't think we can, we have to be very practical now. We have to learn how to see things in the modern, so like contacts, whatever nonsense. Hmm? This is how we become fallen. You follow?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So it's very dangerous to try to supersede the spiritual master. And if you supersede the spiritual master, then everything is finished. You understand? The order of the spiritual master is the active principle in spiritual life. Anyone who disobeys the order of the spiritual master immediately becomes useless. Huh? Yes, the opinion of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, persons who strictly follow the order of the spiritual master are useful in executing the will of the Supreme, whereas persons who deviate from the strict order of the spiritual master are useless. So try to understand all this simple instruction. You cannot try to do spiritual life your own way. Spiritual life means spiritual master. Spiritual master means you have to get spiritual direction because now we are working with our mind. If you don't have a spiritual master, then the mind becomes your guru. And when the mind becomes your guru, as Krishna said, it can be the best friend or your worst enemy. How you can become your best friend? Unless the mind has the guru. But if the mind doesn't have a guru, then it becomes the worst enemy. Think about it. And look, we have been living with this mind for millions and millions of years, subtly taking this mind with us, with everybody we take. We have taken countless number of births, and the same mind has been coming with us. Now you still want to be very much cooperating with this crazy mind. I mean, you must be a great fool. Yes.
Yes,
Hello.
Prabhuji.
So don't become foolish, Why? Correct?
Prabhuji, actually, I totally agree that on this point that without spiritual master, there is no spiritual life. But Prabhu, then the next question arises that now different institutions follow Srila Prabhupada to different degrees. For somebody who is so new, it is so difficult to figure out that where should I surrender. So when I asked a devotee a question, they gave me this verse. I'm just putting it in the comments, and they told that Krishna will reveal it to you that from where you should take it, but you have to just be sincere. So can you, Prabhu, elaborate on this part?
Okay, let's go to the question there, your 2247. Now. Krishna is situated in everyone's heart as the Chaitya Guru, the spiritual master within. When he is kind to some fortunate conditioned soul, he personally gives him lessons so he can progress in devotional service, instructing the person as the super soul within and the spiritual master without. That's a fact. We are not saying no. If you are sincere, Krishna will definitely guide you. This is the verse that Prabhupada quotes from. It is in 11:29:6. Krishna appears an Acharya externally and internally as super soul to deliver the conditioned living being by directing him how to come to you. It's a fact. You don't deny all these things. By associating with the devotee, one awakens his faith in devotional service to Krishna. Because of devotional service, one dormant love for Krishna awakens, and thus one's material condition existence come to end. So this is association. So like now, okay, of course, let's put it in practice now. Okay, I'm very much interested in taking up a devotional process, correct? Now if I associate with people who are going to take me to some ISKCON gurus and all that, that's going to be detrimental.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. So you
Yes.
go to some place and they tell you that yeah, you must have a guru, and now the guru is so and so, Prabhupada is dead and gone. Then you're spiritually you get connected to some person who is not spiritually at all. He himself is disobeying Prabhupada's order. Then how your spiritual life will be successful?
Hmm.
Hmm? So association also you need to go and take the right kind of association. It not be whimsical. Understand?
Hmm.
So that's why Prabhupada said friendship must be cemented with the same kind. Even if the person who is not in the right order, even if it's Vaishnava, his association should be avoided. So if you're going to have somebody who is misleading, then how you can become successful? So
So,
like
Prabhu, how to find the one who will not mislead us?
that is all. The main thing is that you have to get the right association. Hmm. And how to do that? You have to,
Yes.
because you have to some or other, come in contact with the right devotees who are going to teach you the right thing. Just like you have come to the ice camp, what we say, Sangha. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
And you see how we are teaching. The moment you ask me a question, I am showing the respective verse. Is it not?
Yes, Prabhu. That is very clear. Actually, I just joined
This is what
the.
the person you go to, he must be explaining to you clearly. Ah, yes, how to do it and what, especially the process of initiation, how to get connected to Prabhupada has to be very clearly explained. But these people are not saying that. They're saying, no, no, Prabhupada is dead and it's finished. Now you must take X, Y, Z. And you ask them, where's the proof? They say, no, this is the system. Huh? Well, of course, that's the system, but what Prabhupada did say? Prabhupada said, yes, I will appoint some of you to perform this job as officiating Acharya. Is that called Ritvik? Prabhupada said, Ritvik, yes. So why is not been implemented? Huh?
Hmm.
So you have to ask them these questions. These are all instructions of Prabhupada. All right. And then
Yes.
Prabhupada issued the July 9 letter. Again, clearly explaining what to do. The person is initiated. There's no need to mention all this thing, but he spell out that every line that I'm his guru, I'm his guru, I'm his guru. The whole letter is based on that, and yet they still deny this. Look at their audacity.
Hmm.
Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
And after giving you initiation, they fall down. Where is this guru falling down business in the whole scriptures? If one who has caught hold of the lotus feet of Krishna, then Maya cannot touch him. That is Shastra. But this rascal, they are changing all these stuffs. And he said, no, no, if we fall down, you go take another bus. Huh? As though this whole philosophy is broken buses, no? Come on. You understand? That's why
Yes,
we
Prabhu. I understand.
understand you have to have some good association where you learn properly the whole, process. Hmm? Yes.
Yes.
Hmm. This is important. If suppose I want to go and buy some kind of gold, I can't go to the coffee shop and buy gold there, no? Can I? I have to
No.
know to buy gold, I must go to a goldsmith shop. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, some knowledge must be there. You cannot say I'm totally lost, I don't know nothing. No. Yes?
Yes.
Hmm.
Prabhu, I'm not sure if I'm asking too much for the first session, but then do you consider the Akshay Patra Foundation and ISKM on the same ground
I
if
don't
one is located in India?
don't think so. Our core business is to preach Krishna consciousness, and that's what Prabhupada wanted us to do. Our business is to preach about Krishna. That's why it is called the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It is not the International Society for Akshaya Bhakta Conscious. It is not.
Hmm.
You understand? Prabhupada say giving food is very nice, but you must be able to give the knowledge. That's more important. You understand?
Hmm.
Giving knowledge is very, very crucial. Why Prabhupada, laboriously toiled from all night writing this book? Why? Why did he do that? Huh? For what? For some fun, is it? Why did he do that? Tell me. Huh? To educate. Yes.
Hmm.
Knowledge,
Yes.
the knowledge is very important. Without knowledge, this whole thing is a mess. Nobody knows what to do. That's what this Hindu thing is all about. With no knowledge. Huh? That's why they are easy targets for all the other so-called denominations. Because they have no knowledge. Yes?
Yes.
Understand? So if you read Prabhupada books, especially if you don't know, then you come to somebody who has some knowledge, then he will explain. He has to show you everything based on Prabhupada. Not that he hides something and like just now you show me the verse, he cuts up half of it. It doesn't show the full verses. This is trickery. Understand? Sadhu means the first thing is honest, truthful. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
If it is not truthful, then it's a cheater, simply cheating. Then what is the benefit of this? Hmm? That's what's happening in ISKCON. You're cheating everybody. Prabhupada never asked you to go to these people and take them as gurus. He never. And when you ask them, are you taking me back to Godhead? They said, no, that Prabhupada will do that. Then why I come to you? Huh? No, you
Hmm.
can only go to Prabhupada through me. I came to Prabhupada. I studied Prabhupada books and I've already got love for Prabhupada. Now, when did you come into the picture? Huh? Tell me. This is all bogus nonsense. So in this way, they're trying to kind of, mislead a lot of people. You understand? So
Yes, Prabhuji.
one should be intelligent enough to know this stuff. It cannot be so foolish. Like if you want to buy something, a house or something, you check thoroughly, is it not? Huh? Correct?
Yes.
So what
Yes,
about your
absolutely.
life? Your life is so cheap that you simply surrender to anybody and everybody? Huh?
No, Prabhuji.
You do that?
No.
No. You have to check, you have to inquire. That's why there's a study period, 6 months you study. You observe. Yes?
Right.
Hmm. Yes or not? So this
Yes.
is how you evaluate. No, you're not that simply you come and you take any guy and every guy is a guru and and even though you have made some mistake, but when you find there's some genuine process, then you should again redo the whole process with the bona fide guru.
Hmm.
And there's also a verse. If you get connected with some unbona fide source, then you have to relink yourself. Just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his first guru was a Vipin, I think Vipin Bihari or something. And he found that he was eating fish. And Bhaktivinoda rejected him. When he took then Jagannath Das Babaji. There's examples are there. Yes.
Yes. So, Prabhuji, for 6 months, a person has to remain in the association and then try to understand. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
it's both ways. Not only you, the guru also will study you whether
Yes,
you are
Prabhuji, absolutely.
not only the guru, had to be studied. You also have to be studied. What you're doing. Many people can say many things, sitting at home, correct? Yeah, if you don't know, when you come here, we see you, then yeah, that's why we recommend you to come to our temples to get some training, to get some, idea, to see how you are, progressing. Hmm?
Thank you,
Understand?
Prabhuji. Yeah. Now I have more clarity. Thank you.
Yes. Right. Any other questions? What is this? Manu. How should we actually see the parampara? Because the current diagram from ISKCON is fabricated to support their bogus system. Because the spiritual master gives Krishna the disciple directly. So how should we actually see the parampara? The parampara should be seen from Prabhupada. They say, oh, the parampara ends with Prabhupada. No, the parampara means knowledge. The parampara is not the body. Understand? This is the mistaken idea. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, this evam parampara praptam imam rajarishwa viduha. Viduha means this they learned. Knowledge was passed down. Parampara is not based on body to body contact. This is a what do we say, knowledge on this subject. The real parampara means this knowledge was given and now it appears, it is broken. So the knowledge has to be revived again. Therefore, I am again giving you this knowledge, Krishna says. Hmm. So now we have got, or we are getting knowledge from Prabhupada. Is it not? 50 years down the line, now still you all are coming. Most of you are young people. How do you change your life? Because you heard the knowledge from Prabhupada, is it not? Huh? Who changed your life? Some people, some other person, or Prabhupada? Who changed your life? Tell me. Huh? Whenever you got some problem, you read who? Somebody else's book or Prabhupada books? Tell me. Hello? Huh? Someone. Charles Dickens, some novel or something? Huh? Who do you read? Tell me. Huh? You hear Prabhupada. Correct. And many people tell me this. Whenever I have got some problem, I open the book, the answers is there. How does this work? Yeah? Because Prabhupada is the current link. You understand? So Prabhupada is giving us the knowledge. So parampara means knowledge. So Prabhupada said this knowledge, these books will be there for the next 10,000 years. Yeah? That you cannot change and I cannot change. And many people try to write their own Bhagavad Gita. Even after Prabhupada, they are writing, disciples especially, and they fail. Who is reading their books? Who? Nobody cares. Understand? Because he's an Acharya. That's why his name is Founder Acharya. Why he put his name as Founder Acharya? You also can do one. I think Kitananda tried. He tried to put his name, Founder Acharya of Vrindavan, New Vrindavan. Prabhupada said, take that down. Why? Because, come on, try to understand. Prabhupada is Satyavesh avatar, coming down to help conditioned souls like us. So we must learn how to accept this authority. So that is knowledge. And knowledge is very, very important. Unless you get this knowledge, how you can become advanced spiritually? Yeah? Hello? Ah. So when ISKCON is trying to change that, and then it becomes messed up, supporting their bogus system, because they're trying to downplay the importance of Prabhupada's position. When you try to downplay Prabhupada's position, then of course you're going to offend him. And once you offend the spiritual master, just like if you please the spiritual master, you get all knowledge and success. Similarly, if you displease him, you are going to be disconnected, and that means you are going to fall down. Common sense. Is it not? You don't need very big, university degree to understand this simple thing. Yes? So we have to be very careful. The deviating from the instruction of the spiritual master is suicide for the disciple. This is suicide. So please be very careful, be warned. Huh? Yes? Hello? Any other questions?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hmm? Very, very
Prabhu, can you expand on this verse 2.60 Bhagavad Gita?
2.60. Okay.
Ruji, I'll give you my context. So what happens is when I try to follow, then some kind of old habit, and then there is a big impetus to again try to do that. It can be watching a movie or news or something like that. And here Prabhuji Krishna is saying that even the senses can deviate the mind of somebody who is a man of discrimination. But currently, I am even not a man of discrimination. So, what to do when exactly we are getting an impulse of some kind of sense gratification?
The better is not to get into some kind of sense gratification. Why did you do that? Huh?
But Prabhu, it comes that you do that, like you watch a movie or you watch some news or eat more, something like that.
I mean, you should try to avoid it. If it's going to distract you and disturb you, why are you going to do it again and again? Right? Common sense, right? You play with fire. If you're not prepared, you're going to get burned. That's why Krishna is saying the senses are so strong and impetus, and they forcefully carry away a mind of a man, even if he has got some restriction, man of discrimination. How that means it's so dangerous to mess around with sense objects. That is the meaning of this verse. Huh? It is not that no, I'm chanting, no Prabhu, I can be with Maya for a while, no problem. Huh? Hello. This Maya is so powerful, even after watching it, when you wake up in the morning, it plays back in your mind again. Yeah? Is it not?
Yes. Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
it's disturbing. So yeah, it's advice. That's why it is advised that you don't try to mess around with my Maya. You understand? In fact, Krishna Arjuna says in some other place here, he says even a person doesn't want to, he is forcefully dragged by the mind and he commits so many sinful activities. Huh? Yes?
Hmm.
What
Yes,
is that?
Prabhu.
340 is it? What is that verse? Krishna said, Arjuna is saying this verse, I think 337 or something.
36, Prabhu.
Arjuna is asking this question, why a person, Arjuna is saying here, I'm sorry,
This one only, Prabhu. 36.
thing is running like anything. Arjuna said, O descendant of Vishnu, by what is one impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force? You understand? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
So Maya is so powerful. Even if you don't want to, also it force you to get involved. Huh? That
Hmm.
is again. Krishna said it's because of the mode of passion and ignorance. So if you're going to go and get yourself, involved by the mode of passion and ignorance, then you're asking for trouble. You understand? So if you watch all these things, they all are mode of passion and ignorance. Otherwise, they cannot sell their movies. Right? When the senses act with sense object, immediately an attraction develops. Ah, correct.
Yes,
Ah,
Prabhuji.
senses that give you immediate pleasure in the mode of passion. That's there in the 18th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Hmm?
Prabhuji, exactly. When you say immediate pleasure, so we are accustomed to get that kind of pleasure. And when we are low because of work or something, then we try to find it. But it is so difficult to find that in reading Prabhupada's book. So
No, that
spiritually,
is
with what should we replace
because,
it?
that is because you are new to the whole thing. So you practice the detachment, then you will get the strength. You understand? I'm also living in the material world. I'm sure so many devotees are. They does not go around, okay, I finished my 16 rounds, now I can watch some TikTok. Huh? Understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Because we are so accustomed to this handphone, this phone, the iPhone we have. Every one of us are just, flicking around, watching so many things. That's habit. Yes?
Hmm.
So that way we are all engrossed. So we must learn how to become detached from that. That is, at least we want to control our mind. You understand? At the moment we are eating impure food, not only just watching the thing, the moment we eat contaminated food, our mind will be very much attracted to more passion. So we are looking forward for the looking at the bodies of women or like that. We are always enticed by that. So everything plays a part, your mind. So that's why we have a very strict program. We wake up in the morning, we chant our rounds, we try to be in the mode of pure goodness. So that when even we have to see these things, we'll be what repel, it repels our consciousness. You understand? That is the
Mm.
idea. How to get to that point? I mean, you have to become purified. You follow? So you have to learn how to come to the pure goodness platform, and that's the only way to save us from all this. What do you call that? Anarthas. Just like Yamuna Acharya said, the moment I think of sex pleasure, my lips curl in distaste and I spit at the very thought. Huh? Even he's so advanced, he thinks about these things, he spit at it. So why he can do that? Because he's in the very highly advanced platform. So if you keep yourself in the mode of pure goodness, then this kind of things, although if you see, it will not attract your mind. You understand? So
Yes, Prabhuji.
the process is to become strengthened. That's why Krishna says, this lust and this mode of passion and ignorance are your enemy. So how to give up these anarthas? You have to practice spiritual life very seriously. Huh? You sleep around, you don't wake up in the morning, you simply do all simply at your own, speculated view. You eat anything and everything, thinking that after all, I'm vegetarian, doesn't matter as long as vegetarian, even it's cooked by some non-devotees and so many nonsense, then how your mind will become strengthened? Huh? It's not possible, this is not some joke. Controlling this mind, we have failed for billions of lifetime and suddenly we're going to control it. Hello? Tell me this. Huh? Yes?
Mm. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Unless, it is said this mind is the most difficult to control. And in fact, Krishna himself says among the most difficult thing, the mind is the most difficult to control. Huh? Yes?
Yes.
Arjuna says it's difficult. Krishna says it's difficult. Everybody says difficult. But I'm saying it's not difficult. What kind of philosophy is that? Huh? Among subtle things, I'm spirit, soul, and of things that are difficult to conquer, I'm the mind. Hello?
Yes, Prabhu. So that is the only challenge.
This is our so-called intelligence. We are saying, no, 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 I have conquered my mind, Prabhu. No problem with me. I can watch anything and eat anything, I'm all right. Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, you're correct.
Man, this is nonsense. That's why you have to learn how to become serious. Spiritual life is meant to be for those people who want to seriously conquer the mind. They have to surrender. Yeah? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. You simply try to think that you are very expert, you're going to get in big trouble though. Yeah? It is explained here in the what is that? Uh, it is there in the third canto. What's his name? Kapila is saying. It says that one must become very seriously. Understand? He has to become very serious. Spiritual life is not some kind of a joke, no. Correct? That's why there's a verse Krishna says unfailingly. Why it is unfailing is there? Huh? For fun, is it? Prabhupada translated, is it? Huh? Is it? Prabhupada said this verse in the Bhagavad Gita. Huh? What is that? One who engage in devotional service unfailing. Why this unfailing means in all circumstances? What does that mean? Huh? What does that word means?
Prabhuji, every single time.
Huh? What
Prabhuji,
does
every single time. Yeah.
what does that mean? Simply we just do what we like and space out, is it? Huh?
Yes.
Hmm? Also in the third canto, what's his name? Kapila is saying.
Prabhuji, I have written in the comments 3.27.21, if that is correct.
27.
0.21. I'm not sure, but this is what I found.
Your phone, let me see. I'm just looking for that now.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get that verses where he says one must seriously practice. I think it's in 27, right? All right, let me just see that very quickly. So, here 21, you're right. So I think we quoted this many times also. So you can see here, it says here, one can get liberation by seriously, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, one can get liberation by seriously discharging. Is it what here? Huh? Unto me, and thereby hearing for a long time about me or from me. By thus executing one prescribed duty, there will be no reaction and one will be free from the contention of matter. Again, he says here, next verse. This devotional service has to perform strongly in perfect knowledge and with transcendental vision. One must be strongly, again, renounced and must engage in austerity and perform mystic yoga in order to be firmly fixed in self-absorption. So you see, again, next verse. So the three verses, how it explains. The influence of material nature has covered the living entity, and thus it is as if the living entity were always in a blazing fire. But by the process of seriously discharging devotional service, this influence can be removed. Just as wooden sticks which cause a fire are themselves consumed by it. So again, seriously discharging. All this word, does it mean that it is some kind of a what? Joke, Hare Krishna, you just do as a part-time nonsense or something? Tell me. Huh?
No, no, Prabhuji.
Hmm? So you have to learn how to do this properly, you know. Hmm? Huh? Very unfortunate, you know. Everybody thinks that this whole program is something that you can just uh, tack along and it's immediately, you know, anyone can get this into this, you know. Huh? Yes?
Yes.
You don't understand the importance of it? Hmm? Ah, correct.
Yes. So, Prabhuji, how can one become serious? That would be the next point.
As I've explained, you cannot become serious unless you surrender to the
Without spiritual master. Okay.
right.
Yes, Prabhuji.
This is the process. Tachrita dana munayo jnana vairagya yukte pasyanti atmani chatman bhaktya sruta grihitaya. The seriously inquisitive student, again, or sage, well equipped with knowledge and detachment, realize the absolute truth by rendering devotional service in terms of what he has heard from the Vedanta Shruti. So it is again seriously inquisitive student. The spiritual life is meant for the serious student, you know. That's why the whole program, Parachit Maharaj is going to die within 7 days. Say, you please tell me what I should do now. My life is going to end. Is it not a serious matter? Hmm? Right? So this
Yes,
is,
Prabhuji.
you have to learn how to do that, and that's how it is, that's why you have to surrender. If you don't surrender, it's not going to work, no?
Right.
Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, I think the next step is like a person has to first spend 6 months towards getting a spiritual master, and then things will fall into place.
Actually, after you get connected and you follow the instruction, then everything will come to you automatically. One who has implicit faith, then everything comes by and by. Uh, but step one is the first thing.
Prabhu, what is the role of one's efforts and the mercy of the devotee?
What is the what again?
So Prabhuji, what role one person's own efforts and the mercy of the spiritual master play?
That
So what proportion it is? Yeah.
Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, as you surrender, I reward accordingly.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you surrender, and then you see by and by you're getting to grow just like a child, it grows. I learn how to crawl, and then you learn how to stand up, and slowly, slowly it moves on. So the whole thing is discussed in chapter 4, text 10 of Bhagavad Gita. You can read the whole thing in the purport there.
Yes. Thank you,
Prabhu
Prabhuji.
in some devotees who, because of some circumstantial situation, couldn't take initiation, but is following all rules and regulations of spiritual master strictly. So for them, where they are getting strength, and if only after initiation could one take to actual process, then how could all be saved? If one have sincere desire to follow spiritual life and could follow, I too, but thinking like or are they against Shastra when they are not against initiation, but situational gap is only there? How to understand such situation? We example the Srila Prabhupada who got initiated 11 years after meeting his guru, but he was saying that he first met itself and got initiated. So that is the understanding. If you are serious about spiritual life and you have given your heart, then as Prabhupada said, formality is just a matter of time. In Prabhupada's case, he surrendered on that first day. And of course, he got the whole connection 11 years later, but he got connected. The main thing is that he got connected. You understand? So, if someone is serious about spiritual life and if he's really practicing, then he should make efforts to get connected. Why he should not go get connected? Especially Prabhupada has given us the system of initiation. And nowadays, with the Zooms, and so many people can get connected if they first go to our temple and get themselves, a bit more acclimatized spiritually. Then yes, you cannot say that they are also getting a lot of strength and all that. They are following very strictly, but we don't know until we see a person. You can do many things, in the background, but until we study the person, for example, the many people we are seeing, they are very serious there, but when they come to the temple, we see millions of faults with them. They don't even know the basic of the basics. Huh? This is all speculation, thinking they know, they are very strong, they are chanting and all, but so many other things you don't know. Chanting is the beginning, chanting is not the goal. Huh? Hello? When you start chanting, then yeah, other things you have also to do. So many other things. Is it not? Huh? Hello? Who's that asking this question? Huh? Spiritual life means you have to learn how to surrender. No, that's the main thing. Correct? Unless you surrender, you cannot give up. This false ego is in the heart. Hmm? Yes. Hello? Hello? Hmm?
They have responded, Prabhuji, yeah,
Yeah.
on the chat. Yeah.
Very important, Many of them, they just superficially all in the air, But really, physically, to do something, they don't know anything. A basic thing also you don't know. Yeah. Hello. That's why you have to go associate with devotees. Why? Why you have to go associate devotees? Then they tell you, they train you up. Physically, that's why Prabhupada wanted temples. Why he wanted temples? So that we go there and we get ourselves trained up how to be a devotee. Cannot do everything sitting at home, no? Possible. Hello? Possible? Huh? Huh? Yes? All right. Any other questions?
Guruji, Rahul Prabhu has a question.
Rahul, what's your question?
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, dear Prabhuji.
Yes.
I have two questions. Prabhu, I have heard about the importance of four dhams, that one should visit them in one's life. It's considered by Hindus, or I'm not very sure if it is very scriptural, or and the holy places for Gaudiya Vaishnavas like the Vrindavan Dham and Mayapur, they are not even listed in those four, as I know. So I'm not sure. There are so many things in India. And second thing, question is regarding the Pindadan, and um, I have a belief that it's more of your own practice that can save you. But I have, at the same time, I have heard that if you practice devotional service, the benefit of that goes to your family members, immediate family members, like your parents. Similarly, I have heard about the spouse, and all the husband shares the good with the spouse. And I'm not pretty very sure, like, if I do something bad, does that bad also goes to my parents? They, out of their they have a feeling that if I'm practicing bhakti, they are also getting the benefit. But I say that no, you should do your own practice. It's not a substitute that I can do. Sometimes some devotees say that I can chant some rounds on behalf of XYZ person, and I hope that person gets the benefit. Similarly, for a charity, does it really work like that? Or I'm not sure. Thank you. If you could elaborate.
You want to read this?
Yeah. The holy place known as Mathura is spiritually superior to Vaikuntha, the transcendental world, because the Lord appeared there. Superior to Mathura Puri is the transcendental forest of Vrindavan because of Krishna's Ras Leela pastimes. And superior to the forest of Vrindavan is Govardhan Hill, for it was raised by the divine hand of Sri Krishna and was the site of his various loving pastimes. And above all, the super excellent Sri Radha Kund stands supreme, for it is overflooded with the ambrosial nectarian prema of the Lord of Gokula, Sri Krishna. Where then is that intelligent person who is unwilling to serve this divine Radha Kunda, which is situated at the foot of Govardhan Hill?
So yeah, you have so many holy places in all over India because you have these four dams. South India is Rameswaram, Western India is Dwaraka, Northern India is Bhatrikashram, and Eastern India you have Puri. Yes, we don't deny that. But the topmost place is Vrindavan. Yes. So even if you cannot go to all these places, then if you can just go to Vrindavan, how fortunate you are.
Prabhuji, the biggest fortune is, I don't remember the verse exactly, that says that the Krishna is most present in the heart of his devotees, and where there is discussion. So by your mercy, I'm sitting in a remote area in the world, but I'm feeling Krishna more than even if I were in a temple. So it's thanks to you.
For those who live in Bhadra Krishna, the district of Mathura, I am the object of all worship. Even if the residents of that place fail to properly cultivate the religious principle that one should observe in the Holy Land, they still become devoted to me just by virtue of living there. Even if Kali, the present age of coral, has them in this grip, they will still get credit for living in this place. My devotee who lives in Mathura is just as dear to me as you, Brahma, and your sons Rudra and his followers, and Goddess Sri and my own self. You see how important? Hmm? You follow? So you must see, of course, they are all holy places, just like in the Bhagavatam it is explained. There's one verse it says, among the all the holy places. I can show you the verse. Among all devotees, I am Lord Shiva. Among in this verse, you can see what. Give me a minute. Among you can see here. No, it's here. Just like Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Lord Achyuta, the supreme among deities, and Lord Shambhu, Shiva, the greatest of Vaishnavas. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the greatest of all Puranas. See? Huh? O Brahmanas, in the same way that the city of Kasi is unexcelled among holy places, Srimad Bhagavatam is supreme among all Puranas. So here they are revealing that different places are, all pious and proper. So, but from what we say, reading the scriptures, especially our Vaishnava scriptures, we can understand the supreme position of Vrindavan. So if you go to Vrindavan, it's the most dear place of all of Krishna's holy places. As I just now read the verses, So you have to understand why and how you must go to holy places. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also went. He also went to Gaya to do his pinda for his father. Not that he did not do, he went to do Vishnu Gaya.
Okay.
But if you are just chanting Krishna's name, as Prabhupada said, then everything is complete already. Not everyone can go to all everywhere place, but at least if we can make some time to go to Vrindavan, life becomes successful. Or Mayapur. You understand?
Yes.
Hmm?
There are some family traditions and all, like I'm not sure how important, like in our family, I have seen the people, they immerse the ashes at Haridwar in North India. That is the common tradition, but I'm right now in a Buddhist place, so there is no such thing like that here. There are like some other rituals, so per religion and all. So there's nothing like absolute thing. People do certain things for the past soul and all. I'm not sure, like for Vaishnavas, is there any standard procedures?
First, if you can go to Vishnu Gaya, that's good. But if you cannot, then there's a Pinda ceremony where you call the Brahmin to your house and then you learn how to, do the program by offering prasadam and then feeding all these Brahmins. That's a whole program, I'm sure all Indians know how to do that. Yes?
Okay.
So our program is to offer prasadam. We offer prasadam to departed soul, that's the best. But in the many of them, they think that they should just cook whatever this guy liked, he likes to eat all this kind of stuff, so we should offer him some meat and drinks and alcohol and all that. That way they think this is how they do their ceremony. In this way they send the person to hell. Understand?
Yes.
We have to learn how to do it. So we don't know. We're doing so many crazy things. Correct?
Mm.
Yes or not?
Mm. Prabhu, if I think in my mind, I will dedicate this round to X person for benefit, just in my mind, or does it really happen, or no? We or do some charity in on name of some XYZ person. Do they really count, or like it's something our concoction in the mind? We are doing like this. People do this a lot, like in memory of my loving father, in memory of my loving grandfather, or like that.
If you chant Krishna's name,
Yeah.
then whether you do in your mind or not mind, automatically, because you are becoming a devotee, then everybody in your line gets automatically the result. You understand? Just like Krishna said to Prahlad. Let me finish this verse. A person fully aware of religious principles should never offer anything like meat, eggs, or fish in the Shraddha ceremony. And even if one is a Kshatriya himself should not eat such things. When suitable food prepared with ghee is offered to saintly person, the function is pleasing to the forefathers and the Supreme Lord. Whenever pleased when animals are killed in the name of sacrifice. Is that clear?
Yes.
Hmm. So that is the main thing. When you offer prasadam, then Krishna become pleased. So when Krishna become pleased, then everybody is come pleased.
Yes.
What was the other question?
There is a
Offering in your mind. Offering in your mind, huh? Okay, good. Then when Vasudev, when Krishna took birth, so he mentally offered so many cows to all the, the brahmanas and all that. So that is also counted because you're thinking in your mind. You follow. So even if
yes.
in your mind, if you think, just like Krishna said, if you just think of me, then you get purified. Correct? That's why
Yeah.
Krishna asks us to think of him, man mana bhava mat bhakta. Yes?
Yes.
He says here, you just think of me. You're just thinking alone. Yes?
Yeah.
Man mana bhava mat bhakta. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. So just by thinking of Krishna, Sisupala was always thinking of Krishna because he thought of Krishna, he became purified.
Yes.
So this thinking is so powerful. Even if you think of the devotees also, you get the benefit. Want to speak about God?
Yes.
So that is how we should engage our mind, always thinking. Simply by our remembering you, our houses become instantly sanctified. And what to speak about seeing you, touching you, washing your holy feet, and offering you a seat in our home. So just by thinking of the devotee, also you get so much of potency, blessings.
Yes.
Understand? So the main thing is the mind, and the mind can get only purified when it thinks about Krishna, his devotees, the holy name. That is how you purify your mind. So anything you do mentally is also as good, just like the Brahmin who was doing puja in his mind, and because he was offering the sweet rice mentally, he thinking it was too hard, and he touched it, it burned his hand. And
Yes.
Krishna took him back to Vaikuntha by him mentally just offering. Do you know the story in the Nectar of Devotion?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Yeah. So by thinking, he went back to guard it. In fact, Krishna says, if you can just remember my activities, my birth and activities, huh?
Yes.
Just by remembering, is that not thinking? Hello?
Yes. Yes, Prabhu.
You can just remember. Huh? One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activity does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in material world, attains my. See, one who knows. Huh?
Yeah.
What the nose means? Means he remembers. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So the mind is the central figure in our whole body, you know. The mind is the chief of the senses. So we have to learn how to engage the mind in Krishna's service. You understand?
Yes.
You follow?
Yes. Thank you so much. It's very clear.
Yeah. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna orders Arjuna, you think of me. Huh? Therefore,
Yeah.
Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activity dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. So what
Yes.
does this mean? Hmm? So we should learn how to think of Krishna. The more and more we think of Krishna, the more we get purified.
Yes.
Correct? Hmm?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
The whole idea, whole idea is to keep ourselves engrossed in thinking of Krishna. Hmm? When one seriously engaged in the devotional service of the personality of Godhead, fixing the Lord's lotus feet within one's heart as the only goal of life, one can destroy the innumerable impure desires lodged within the heart as a result of one previous fruity work within the three modes of material nature. When the heart is thus purified, one can directly perceive both the Supreme Lord and oneself as transcendental entities. Thus, one becomes perfect in spiritual understanding through direct experience, just as one can directly experience the sunshine through normal, healthy vision. See that? Hmm?
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to think of Krishna. That's why Krishna orders us, you think of me, become my devotee, worship me. Hmm? Correct?
Yes.
So that part we are given freedom, how to keep the mind either thinking of Krishna or thinking of Maya. If you think of Maya, then your mind will go. But if you think of Krishna, then yes, you'll get purified. Hmm.
Yes. Yes. Prabhu.
Even if you cannot do something, but if you think, that is positive.
Yeah.
Huh? Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
All right. Any other questions? Any other questions before we end the session? Thank you very much for your all of your kind participation.
Thank you,
Prabhu, I
Prabhuji.
can ask one more question if it's okay. It's not very practical, but it's
Hmm.
a very big doubt that I formed. It's
What
if
is
it's
that?
okay.
What is that?
Um, somewhere I read that animals do not incur karma. It's only for the human beings.
Yes.
Um, but if we intellectually think about it, uh, there are so many animals placed in different situations.
Hmm.
Some are in palace, like dogs and all those cats. Some are stray on the roads, like they don't even have proper facilities. So
Hmm.
similarly, as we say for humans and all, that somebody is born as a king because of past karma, somebody is born as a pauper because of past karma. So
Hmm.
for animals also, you can see in different species, be it cows, cats, dogs. So there
Hmm.
is, it doesn't really make sense that why would somebody be born in a good position relatively and not. Some may say like they were in the past, they may have been a human and then somebody had a mixed desire. So combinations and permutations and so on. But I am doubtful. There are, you know, to place this living entities. Suppose one has to be a dog. Somebody is a dog in America. Somebody is a dog in India, street in India. So how are all these decisions taken?
By karmana devika netrena, this is done by higher arrangement.
Okay.
You understand? Everything is under the control of the Lord. So as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita in 16:19, for those who are mischievous, I cast them to lower and lower species where they remain there perpetually. Huh? So if you become a mischievous person, then you're cast down to this lower species. Understand? So if anyone is intelligent, is seeing, oh, there's a dog, there's a cat, there's a tree, there's fishes, there's so many millions of species. So I have to be careful. I don't want to end up like that. That's how to learn. Yes? Right?
Okay.
You follow? Of course, we want to help them. That's a devotee. You will give them prasadam, or you will give, some way or other, by giving prasadam to animal, they get purified. Or if you can take the milk of the cow or take the flower from the tree and offer to Krishna, the plants also get benefit. You understand? So this is how you have to do welfare work of helping every living entities. Correct?
Yes.
You understand? This is the compassion we should develop as a devotee.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, then. I thank all of you again.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
We're having Rath Yatra here tomorrow. You can come. If you can come, there'll be a big blessing. All glories. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yes, Prabhu. Jai Shri Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, President Prabhu. Hare Bol.
Krishna Prabhu, please explain.